Jamaican High Commission in Ottawa. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. One moment, please. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm trying to get through to the Jamaican High Commissioner.
Oh, this is Chantel Edwards. How are you?
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm very bad. My name is Andrew Simpson.
Yes, sir.
I'm being, I don't know how to put it in words no more. I don't know what's going on, madam. I've been told by Miss Laura Maniel from the Jamaican High Commissioner, Jamaican High Commission building, that I'll be out of Canada by the 12th of March, and I'm still here.
So, Andrew, what the latest now? The last time I hear you meet to the border citizens, them offer your PR and you refuse it?
Yes.
Why you never take it?
But if people want to kill me, I'm going to take it. If me sue them people of corruption and them want to kill me in every means they can, why would I say these people country, madam?
But if, listen, it's not for me to tell you to take it, but we were wondering what it is. You said you refused it?
If you didn't realize that the people are trying to kill me and shut me down.
Well, no, you tell me say them throw the case, so you don't have no more civil case.
Then
so you tell me say them throw the case, you know?
Because after them country that them a bully.
Hold on, them throw the case the Friday.
Yes, miss.
You were to leave when you got airport. Them said the flight cancelled because the prosecutor never withdraw one. Then Mr. Simpson, this is not me giving you advice. Then why you refuse the residency with them offer you?
Just name Daniel Granier, Mistress Judge Honorable Daniel Granier. Tell me that, Mr. Simpson, your case can be tried in Jamaica immediately. It's a Supreme Court in Jamaica. We would forward the case immediately to Jamaica because it's a common law world we live in. And I just said, this is for the record. I never asked her nothing. She told me this on the 12th of December.
What's the latest? The prosecutor got the charge? We can't do anything. We prepare the documents and them now leave the country. So we have to wait on the Canadian government. What is the next deal? What you heard from them?
Them I try every means to find out where I live. When me there, them cut out my welfare check, then them try to give me back assistance. Now them have forced me over to take Canadian citizenship. Them tell me say I am ordered to take this permit.
Federal interim.
Federal interim.
Let me talk to Kizzy.
Hold on.
Good morning, Miss Edwards. So I'm just going to repeat in short form what he said. According to the PRA document, according to which document? The PRA, the one that you're telling him that he should have signed, that would help him. The thing with that is one entity, one office gives him this document, and then the other office laughs at it and says it has nothing to do with nothing. He doesn't qualify and is not eligible for it.
You were right in not signing it. What we would have loved to have seen it.
I have a copy.
He has a copy of the prior documents. He has it right here.
I told you, I'm going to copy and send it to you, miss.
So what is it they want to give him now?
That's just it. Right now, they don't want to give him anything. It's one of these things where they instituted him a new worker because David Dixon never answered his phone and his supervisor Leon Kabongo was never available. And then they issued him some worker named Caroline Messier who is giving the same runaround as Dixon did in the first place. Well, Mr. Simpson, I just got on your case. It's an extensive case, so I can't do anything for you until I research and I look into it. And then she gives him the standard. Within the next 48 hours, I'll guarantee. From the beginning, we have said, in the meantime, since it's immigration and CBSA that canceled his welfare check, canceled all of his documents giving him any form of ID in Canada, while they're playing games with him, they must institute him a temporary document. Because by law, since it's immigration, it's the federal government keeping him here, they have to be responsible for his care while he's here. Now, the state immigration is giving the runaround about giving him any form of temporary document. So you must understand that Andrew is living nowhere presently. Everywhere he moves, he has to take all of his belongings with him. He doesn't have a dollar to his name. And because he was supposed to be put on a plane with all of his belongings because it was worked out, money was borrowed from all ends of the earth, from everyone. He owes people money. He didn't get anywhere. He had to survive off the money that he had to live now. He's penniless now, and there's nothing to do with him. So we have all of these agencies. We keep getting the runaround about go to here, go to there. We will get back to you. I personally have been writing to ministers, the Minister of Immigration, the Minister of Welfare, and they're all doing this while we have to get a hold of somebody else in order to contact you, and nobody is contacting back because nobody's answering anything. So I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what could be done. So it's not so much that Andrew is pressuring you guys like you have to work miracles for him. But at this point in time, if anybody that has any kind of authority at all could even make a fax, a call, an email, I have a bag of papers for everything they request for him to do, Miss Edwards, it has been done. We have copies of it. We have updates. They send us letters. Everything is in control, and it's not. So what does Andrew do now?
My people them wouldn't even help me. Wouldn't even have some real common sense. I said, true, you know. Because since he's innocent, I'm going to try to kill him.
Yes.
Didn't we prepare the document, and when you went there, the government of Canada canceled the flight before? It's not our fault.
But here's the issue. The last time I spoke to Laura McNeil, she had fired up and said that she was walking into the immigration office in Ottawa, which is the head office, has more authority than the one in Montreal, and she was going to give them. She asked me to send her some information. I emailed her that information.
She has sent off everything to the relevant authority.
But here's the problem, Miss Edwards. For why it appears to Andrew that you are not helping him is because. But Miss Edwards, just let me finish.
We don't walk around and broadcast.
No, I understand that, but in all fairness, a simple phone call that says, Mr. Simpson, we were at the office. We're waiting to hear from them.
We have a statute and a mandate to operate by the High Commission in terms of diplomatic relations. We only have limited powers as instructed by the government of Jamaica. We cannot instruct the Canadian government to do anything. It is unfortunate what has happened to him. Very unfortunate. We are not lawyers. We are not mandated to give advice. Alright? We prepared the document. We were told that he's to leave on X date, which was the Wednesday. I prepared the document. They picked it up the Tuesday. I was frightened out of my wits when Andrew called and left a message after 10 on Wednesday that he was at the airport in the morning and he didn't get on the flight. Subsequent investigation, Laura raised it to the highest level. Mr. Dixon was removed from the case for bundling, and the relevant authorities know what is going on. Apparently, the Quebec prosecutor did not drop a particular charge against Andrew, as such he cannot leave the country. No, in all fairness, Miss Farrell, what can we do if he still has a charge pending against him?
But this is exactly what I'm saying. The information that you're giving now is the information that should have been told to him after you found out.
David Dixon, you were there that day when David Dixon told me that I cannot have no charge because I was kidnapped by RCMP. Tell her how you have the proof here.
Yes,
no,
but
I'm not getting into all of that.
But that's what I'm just trying to say, Miss Edwards. The information you just gave now is the information Andrew's been waiting to hear from you guys. From you got that information, but nobody. You're contacting immigration. Immigration is chatting to you, but nobody has the decency to call Andrew and say, as it stands, they are not dropping your charges. So attend your next court sessions. That should be the end of it. Not even that. So by the time Andrew has to call you to get that information.
Hold on. When information comes to us, we are not responsible for Andrew's case. What we as the GOJ responsible for is to find out why he did not leave on that flight.
And Andrew still does, but he still doesn't know why his flight was issued. That's the concern. That is what he's asking you now.
But even if we do our investigations on our end, and they are saying that it is still pending, right? We cannot delve into Andrew's personal legal case. You have brought it to our attention. We have not gone out of our way to find out how many charges Andrew had, how many this, how many that. That's not our purview. Our purview is when the national or the government of Canada requests something of us that we are legally eligible to issue or to act on, then we do it. So when we got the response that he did not leave on the flight because our government authorities were in Jamaica waiting for Andrew to land that one something, to do the due process, we had to instruct or we had to inform Kingston, scramble to inform Kingston or Montego Bay that he was not coming on the flight. So we are dealing with it from an agency. It's not Andrew's personal business. When Andrew left a phone call message on my phone and said that he did not get on the flight, and we were instructed by the government of Canada through CBSA that he was leaving, then it prompted our investigation to contact them to find out why our national was not on a flight with the document that we provided, because we had to instruct our authorities in Jamaica that he wasn't coming down on the flight.
Okay.
Then in subsequent response, they told us that a charge was still pending against him, and that's how he was withdrawn. The flight was cancelled 2 days before. We said, okay, then that travel document is null and void. So we are talking institution to institution, not personally about Andrew. Now if Andrew says to us, boy, I can't get any information, this, that, which now you're calling me to tell me. Since I have been subsequently informed why that document was not utilized, which is a travel document, I'm now in a position to tell you why he did not get on the flight. I'm now in a position to tell the government of Jamaica in Kingston why is it the national did not come down on the flight. Sympathize with him as a Jamaican. And I realized that he was disrespected at the airport. And they disrespected us too by not informing us in a timely manner that he was not going to leave. I am speaking to him as a national, not as a High Commission employee, because I'm not mandated to do that. Because at the end of the day, him and one away, he's a Jamaican.
And I understand that, but what I'm asking you, Miss Edwards, is as an example, you just stated that, you know, it's just his flight that you are mandated to do, and that I understand. But then when he brought you to the fact that at the High Commission, and it was to you directly, that he's trying to write to the ministers in Jamaica personally for assistance. Hold on a second. Miss Edwards, I listened to you. If it wasn't you, then I stand corrected that it wasn't you, but I was standing in the High Commission office. And we brought to their attention that the websites, all the email addresses, the fax numbers, and this is what he's asking. How come it takes over 5 months to get a response from Jamaica? And that is all he's asking you. He's not directing anything at you guys personally, but you guys took the matter in your hand to say that you would forward it and make sure the information went through. So you're not responsible to answer the emails. That is not what I am saying. But if he's telling you months later that he still has received no reply and you have information, why not give him the number he could call directly, a number where he could fax directly? Give him the link number where he could handle his... The information you gave me is the same as on the email, and it doesn't work.
It's invalid.
It's not valid.
The access to information Africa.
And there was an email that I forwarded to Laura McNeil personally on her email address for the Minister of the Attorney General, the Minister of Justice in Jamaica,
Minister of
all
Finance
of them.
and Trade.
The Minister of Foreign Trade
and
Finances, because those are the ones by law, according to even Jamaica's legal documents and laws and codes, that these are the people that you address. So letters have been sent out continuously. At the same time, those letters to the ministers have been sent out to the Canadian ministers that are implicated and apply, and nobody feels to give a notice or answer back. So you must understand Andrew's frustration that if he's following procedures and nobody could even answer back, then is he supposed to just guess that somebody is working and somebody's doing something? How is he supposed to know?
Does Canada have what you call legal aid?
Legal aid does.
Canada have like a ombudsman, immigration.
We have been through all of them, Miss Edward. I could show you that the ombudsmans, the ministers, the MPs, all of them have been.
So let me ask you one question. I am not advised to give you advice, but this is my personal thing to Andrew as a Jamaican. Since he doesn't have any money and we cannot help it because we don't have the funds or the mandate to do that, couldn't he find a lawyer who would take up his case pro bono?
They will not. They will. It's not even about that, Andrew. They will not touch his case. Forget the fact that Andrew has them up in civil claim and stuff like that. Quebec will not touch him.
And my Jamaicans can't put this on TV. My Jamaicans can't say, okay, Mr. Simpson, we are a liar. We have no mandate. But do you want us to put this on TV for you, Mr. Simpson? If you say they want to kill you, you contact our office, and Miss Doreen is a worker of our office. She has confirmed this, that you contacted her from 2008, that you were kidnapped in Canada. Miss Sheila Manti told you, Mr. Simpson, for you to be in Canada from 2005, our office will have to know about you being arrested by CBSA because they have to contact us immediately. If they never contacted us, Mr. Simpson, they had made an administrative error. Miss Sheila Manteet told me this in her office, and Miss Farrell was there. 87 lawyers, Miss Edwards. I've tried 87, not 8 or 7, 87 lawyers, and all they want me to do is to plea. They want me to plead guilty, Miss Edwards.
So you're going back to court?
First.
The 31st, the 2nd, and the 4th, them have me in court. Now,
Come again, repeat.
the 31st of this month.
Hold the line for me. Alright. Well, you said you're going back to court when? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
When are you going back to court?
The 31st of March, the 2nd of April, and the 4th of April.
Oh, the same case or different cases?
Them have me on different cases. 2 different cases.
But that's not the civil case.
That's not the civil case, miss. The civil case is April 7th. April 7th, Mr. Simpson will represent himself because you know why? Mr. Simpson has sued the Attorney General of Canada. So his workers will not represent me. How could I sue their boss? And their little workers gonna come represent me, madam. They will never represent me in fairness. Because they are scared now of giving me a complete, full representation. And their boss is gonna be implicated. They will not do that.
Well, the only thing I can tell you to do is attend the court cases. See how they pan out. Because at the end of the day, they need to tell you when you're leaving. And apparently they're not going to let you leave until the cases are disposed of.
Since we sent out the emails and we're informing you today that we've heard no response from the ministers, could you even do that about just sit there and say our constituent here has sent emails and heard no response? Is it a possibility to find out what's going on? Could you use your mandate to at least find out why he's not even receiving a direct response from them? Is that something that could be done? Even if you could just push to get a response from them, even if they have all of his contact information.
You're telling me that offer for residency to Andrew Simpson was a farce?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, when immigration from Montreal came and picked up the documents from you, this is the very strong point. They knew, as you stated earlier, that days before they were not going to release Andrew and they canceled his flight because they knew there was pending charges, right? If they cancel that flight on the Friday and every time we go into immigration, they are trying to get Andrew to sign all forms of documents giving immigration right, complete control to do anything with Andrew. So if they knew on the Friday, or they canceled his flight on the Friday, which coincidentally, in the morning is when we appealed the case, our civil case that was dropped. So from the case with our civil case was dropped, he had the charges instituted the whole time. They knew they weren't going to let him go. When the civil case dropped and they threw it out of court, the next time they call Andrew and say, "You're ready to be put on a plane, sir."
Thank you.
And then when the Friday morning, they said a couple of days before, Monday, that brings you to the Friday. So in the morning, we institute the civil case back, as we have a right by law to do, and Friday, they cancel his flight. He is no longer leaving because he has pending charges. So what gives them the right then to inform the Jamaican High Commission to get Andrew to sign documents same way, the same ones he refused to sign through them, They knew he wasn't leaving, but on the Monday, they send somebody down to your office, collect the information with Andrew's signature on it, knowing already that he's not going anywhere, to institute in their file. Where does that leave Andrew? So there's a conspiracy going on, and then when Andrew brings that to light and finally gets into immigration and talks to the directors, forget the supervisor, he gets the director out there, then they gracefully change workers. You're right, Mr. Simpson. And now this worker's going on with, but Mr. Simpson, it takes time for me to read your file because it's extensive. So we have to do this, and we have to do that, and we continuously ask him, provide him with a temporary document that only you could do. So meanwhile, he has to stay here according to your law. It's not that Andrew's fighting them to get the charges dropped. They've already wasted out all these months that he's fighting. He's no longer fighting them about the court dates. It's next week. So that's not the issue at hand. They have robbed him a month and a half of funding. A month and a half, he has to borrow money off of his mom, who's taking loans out on her house, who she's stressing and can't sleep at night. When immigration have him bring his things to the airport, that costs money. A van had to be rented. So the money that his mom give him so that when he reached Jamaica, he could survive because welfare gracefully cut him off. Canada gracefully cut him off here, so he has nothing. That money long gone. And it wasn't even spent on what he needs because he's still homeless. It was spent on the truck to get stuff here and to get stuff there. And to now finally have it transported to his mother's in Toronto because he's homeless here now. So all of this because...
He has what? What he has transferred there?
All of his belongings, what he was supposed to take to Jamaica with him, he had a good 16 bags worth of stuff. And he had money, his mom send him money, take loan off of her house to send him money so that all the extra bags they're going to charge him for because they're only going to let him go with 3 bags. Even though he's moving, he's not coming back, he's not on vacation, he can't carry more than 3 bags. But if he pays for the excess, then he can take his stuff home with him. All of that is set up, is gone. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, all of this is because immigration just won't give him a document so he could reinstitute his welfare. So if them cut him off, they have to reinstitute it back.
Immigration come to their office and suggest that Mr. Simpson must leave Canada with an itinerary, and now I've been stopped, so they should follow up on this and see that something is wrong. Probably because Simpson's right. Probably they're trying to espionage my countryman. They're trying to corruption and trying to kill off this man in Canada, and they don't want him to speak out his mind, and the world is freedom of speech. If they want to kill me, if police want to kill me, them try 3 times. Me have exhibit evidence to show them. Me sue them in a court. Me keep on telling the judge them on a RCMP try to kill me. On to put me in a hospital. On try to kill me medication. On then try to search me and find me after to kill me with Miss Farrell. Straight. I me sue them for premeditated murder. Me sue them for corruption. Me sue them for false imprisonment. Me sue them for assault me how many times miss. I also post them on YouTube as well. I also post these people on YouTube, face to face, all these officers, and I want them in court. How is it then my Jamaican embassy cannot help me? How is it they cannot go on TV, promote it to the world that...
Because at the end of the day, this cannot continue for too long. If you know the Bible, it shall pass.
But how does
all
this...
he needs to do, I am sorry for what he is going through, and I am very sorry we are not in a position because we don't have any money here. We don't have that kind of mandate. What we do is issue passports, visas, emergency travel document to our nationals who need to go to Jamaica and represent the government in bilateral negotiations. We don't get into national, which is Jamaican personal business or anything like that. If you have a death in the family, if something happened to you in Canada, you need to notify your loved ones in Jamaica and the authorities in Jamaica. We can do that. As soon as the government of Canada, through the CBSA or immigration, gives us the green light for Mr. Simpson to leave, we will issue the document for him to leave. That even if Mr. Simpson had the fear to buy his own ticket, we still could not issue the travel document.
Yes.
Until they give us the green light.
Yes.
If we cannot do it because it will cause international backlog, with all the treaties that they sign and the covenant. So he has cases in court. They have to be listed and totally be done with, and they say yes, he's free to go. So even if he had all the money in the world and could buy his own plane ticket, we still couldn't issue it until they give us the green light.
Yes.
Our hands are tied.
I understand that. I understand that completely.
Miss Edwards, if me come here as an entertainer, Miss Edwards, 2005, me come here with Sanchez. You know Sanchez? I sing missing you? So I'm a Jamaican. I came here on a tour, miss. My name is Tanso, and I'm very popular in Jamaica, madam. So you never know that. So no, I came here on a tour with Sanchez. Okay, ma'am? Miss, I'm not going back to Jamaica, I'm going to run off. So I stay here, come and I use Desmond Dean White. Then catch me, miss, I want banquet hall, and I have my managers. I was keeping prayer parties, and I have 3 clubs control. I was also doing, bringing up artists from Jamaica. Lexus, Deli Ranks, all those people from Jamaica to come on my shows. And you know what happened? Then come with SWAT team, come bust one party in there. Because Simpson give wrong name now. You know what them do? Immediately them accuse me of being the killer, miss. I'm a Jamaican. So you people don't want to ask about this. I'm not telling about this, you know. I have the proof. I wouldn't want to know. Okay, you know what happened now? RSMP threw me in jail. And say, yo boy, get chopped in double murder.
You don't need to tell me. You tell me already.
So what I not tell you? So it them do you that now. Okay, suppose this was your family. In compound tour, he might live him life, and then catch him and say him illegal. Him say send him back home then. Cause he can go in country go farm and live. You know, but them do him, them trick him and conspire and throw him in jail for 2 years. So when them throw him in jail now, and almost kill him out in prison, him fight him back, him alone again now, without no liar, and win the case. No, the judge tell him say him to sue them civilly, cause them hold him in prison 2 years illegally false imprisonment. No, them tell me now, come to Montreal and then set police upon me. It call racial profiling, miss. Now, Miss Manti tell me, Mr. Simpson, you could never get this document. It's a refugee status without Canadian government designated as somebody to go to Jamaica, to check your story, to see that your story is true, Mr. Simpson. Get a picture, Mr. Simpson. They would not use the same picture from you in jail because you were using an illegal name. No, this document will be given to you in 4 days, because Simpson, you cannot get this document in 4 days. No, Miss Chairman, please start hiding. She tell me this and figure out the error that they made from 2007 and said Jamaica High Commission would have to know that I was in prison and I was an immigrant and I was here illegally and I was supposed to be deported, miss. Your commissioner told me.
Andrew, I have to go now because I have clients that I have to attend to at the front desk.
Okay, but can you check what's going on with the government response-wise to see why they haven't answered them?
I'll forward that message to Miss McNeil.
Thank you.
Let her, because she's my supervisor. So I would have to, everything you told me, I have to go through her.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, miss. So when we just tell you what I can know.
You go to your court cases and keep in touch.
Yes, and then if you tell the world, say no, if they want to kill off Mr. Simpson from 2005 and try if you hide it and secret hide it, if me never strong, then kill me already.
Well, it's most unfortunate, but I have to go now.
Could he expect to hear from Miss McNeil in the next 24 hours?
Yes.